It might be hard to believe, but we're coming up on the midpoint of this console generation, and up until this point, it's been dominated by PlayStation. Xbox had some wins. They've outsold the PlayStation 5 in Japan multiple times since the consoles launched in 2020. They've successfully established Xbox Game Pass as one of the best deals in gaming, and they've also closed the Activision Blizzard acquisition that brought a ton of talented developers and franchises into the Xbox fold. At the same time, PlayStation has clearly once again come out on top so far. Reports last year showed the PS5 has outsold the Xbox Series X and S by 3-1 this generation, and Sony is continuing to deliver stellar first-party games like God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, Horizon Forbidden West, and Gran Turismo 7. Going into 2024, Xbox has a big year ahead of it. Avowed is a game that's trying to scratch that open-world fantasy RPG itch that's coming from Obsidian, the creators of Fallout New Vegas and The Outer Worlds. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is on the way from Asobo Studio that builds on the most recent game to deliver on more of that in-depth simulator action, if you want to call it action. Towerborn is also on the way from Stoic in partnership with Xbox that delivers on a side-scrolling beat-em-up experience that looks like it's going to be a hit for fans of couch co-op and games like Castle Crashers. But the biggest Xbox game going into 2024 is by far Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. This game is Ninja Theory's follow-up to 2017's Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice and is upping the ante on every element in the game across the board. The enemies are terrifying, the environments are detailed, and the audio design should be more immersive than ever. Ninja Theory has also spent years refining the gameplay to address one of the biggest pieces of fan feedback from the original game. It felt like a walking simulator. A beautiful and interesting walking simulator, but still a walking simulator. The beauty of playing Xbox and having Game Pass is that all of the games I just listed are going to be added to the service and they're on day one to dive in and try out, alongside hundreds of other games that come throughout the year. In fact, a report last week showed that gamers had over $9,000 worth of games to play on Xbox Game Pass in 2023. That's a lot of games and a ton of value. But at the same time, we've got to ask the tough question of if any of these first-party games and Xbox exclusives that I just talked about are going to be able to really move the needle for Xbox. PlayStation has established an identity over the years for their games. When you see that over-the-shoulder, third-person, narrative-focused action game, you know it's a PlayStation game. They've focused on delivering impressive optimization and quality in every game that they've put out, and they've created games that general players are going to be excited to play. If someone is casually into games, the hack-and-slash badass nature of God of War is still going to catch their eye as much as somebody who played the original games on the PlayStation 2. Horizon is visually incredible. If someone isn't familiar with Aloy's story, seeing that vibrant post-apocalyptic landscape is still going to make them stop and give it a look. For Xbox, the variety is their identity. The biggest first-party Xbox games in 2023 were Hi-Fi Rush, Redfall, Starfield, and Forza Motorsport, and every one was a different type of game catering to a different type of player. Going into 2024, Hellblade 2, Avowed, Towerborn, and Microsoft Flight Sim are all following that exact same playbook, but none of these truly drove or are driving hype on that same level as something like the trailer for God of War Ragnarok Valhalla at the Game Awards last year. When that trailer dropped, you could hear the energy in the room, you could feel the excitement online. It was something of a different beast compared to something like Hellblade 2, where people are excited, but I would say it's more of a cautious optimism. Xbox is finally starting to hit its stride for releasing 4 first-party games per year that give a constant stream of exclusive content that adds value to their system and excitement for players who want to be there. My concern is that Xbox is focusing on quantity over quality. The old line that Xbox has no games is definitely no longer true, but now they've got to start delivering on extravagant next-level games that prove to the general gaming audience that Xbox is a true destination for high-quality experiences. The only thing worse than people saying Xbox has no games is Xbox has no good games. Even if that's not true, perception is reality. Hellblade 2 is the first big Xbox game in a long time that looks like it could deliver that same level of fidelity that fans expect from huge first-party releases. That said, one good game isn't going to be enough to reverse Xbox's reputation for games overnight. With PlayStation's confirmed first-party lineup focusing more on rehashing the greatest hits and building live service games, Xbox has a really good opening right now to make an impact if they can deliver on games that resonate with fans. We'll have to wait and see what 2024 has in store, but if Microsoft can stick the landing on delivering games that are impressive in their looks and in their gameplay, the last half of this console generation could get really interesting. But I would love to know your thoughts down below. Drop a comment and let me know what you think about this generation so far. How is PlayStation doing? How is Xbox doing? And what should both do to better compete with each other in the years ahead? But as always, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoy what you see or what you hear, hit that subscribe button for videos like this every week and gaming news shorts throughout the week to keep you in the loop. And I'll catch you on the next one.